The show.
Go. Hey! We're here!
Well, half of us are here.
You stole my line! Half of us are
here!
Sorry. So, unfortunately, Ben wasn't feeling well tonight, so he wasn't able to make it. And Terry was...
She's doing
awesome actor things, and what I was going to say was, when you work with awesome actors as your cast, these people disappear every once in a while because something happens cool that they get to do. And so we're very excited for her. She will be back next week along with Ben. They do wish they could be here. But we are still Black Bag Vikings and Vikings.
Detective.
Well, I gotta change my costume.
Yeah, no shit.
I'm into
but
it.
Your hat's right
Great.
behind you. Your hat's right behind you. So tonight, if you take a look at our tiers, there are tons of... Oh, thank you for the resub. Yay, Kira.
Good to see you.
Thank you for that. If you take a look at our tiers tonight, especially the $200 one, is awesome. They don't know about it because they don't get to see what the tiers are. But if that $200 tier happened, that it would be quite amazing. I would think it'd be a lot of fun to do. But again, it's up to you guys. It's what you guys want to unlock. Take a look at all the different stuff we have. The very first tier is actually a straw poll that you guys get to choose what goes on. Your tips help keep the lights on and the shows going. So we appreciate your involvement. This week, and I think you can find it on my Twitter and everybody else, DJ Regular, who you guys see in chat.
So good!
He went out and did all of these great song lists.
Personalized playlists.
Which were,
Yeah.
like, I looked through them, I'm like, that's really cool.
Yeah.
You know what? It never occurred to me that Christopher O'Rourke would like Boz Skaggs, but he totally likes Boz Skaggs.
Yeah,
They're so good. There's one, he has a playlist for, I think, the show as a whole, and then all 4 characters have their own personalized playlist.
Yes.
And he went into so much detail that he picked, like, the number of songs that you'd be able to fit on a cassette.
Yeah, he was talking about that.
It's amazing.
I was like, I remember that. I've got 60 minutes to show this girl that I'm awesome.
Yeah.
I'll put this song
And then
on.
waiting for that one song to come on the radio because you didn't have the other tape that it was on.
Fucking dual cassette.
Yep, the dual cassette player.
Yeah.
The special boombox.
We are totally spoiled now because we literally can have a month's worth of music in our pocket at all times.
You guys don't know how lucky you are.
Yeah, we're really lucky.
Anyway.
So let me make sure I go through everything. What am I forgetting? No, I think we got
tiers.
that. Tiers, no, we got, take a look at our tiers. We did that. I'm sure I'll remember the last thing the mustache. So...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so you didn't even realize. That's awesome.
Oh, I'm sad that I didn't notice.
Unfortunately, the mustache was shot in the line of duty, I guess. And I just, it was just too much. I just couldn't handle it. And even Michelle was like, okay, how long is the show on?
It's a long time to commit to
It
a
is,
70s
it
porn
is.
stash. Like,
yeah.
At least the weather's getting a little colder.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't have been totally
But I
fair.
kept doing this. I'm like, well, I never play with my upper lip, like, doing this constantly. And I was
Just
like,
try to get, like, the most epic chops. That
yeah, I know. The
Bard.
chops are here. So, hey, Bard. Thank you for the resub. It's still very 70s. I still have the chops. That's fine. But the stash just had to go. So, Oh yeah, your boards. All right, so let's see.
If I may, actually, take a moment of silence for Wes's porn stash, and cue Scotty playing Amazing Grace at the end of Star Trek II: Wrath of Khan.
Nice. And to answer your question, yes. For resubs, we do rerolls. So whoever they decide, just let me know. Because there's 2 people, so it's not going to be hard.
Or it might be super
Everybody's
hard.
buying rerolls for Ben. I don't understand.
Ben's not even here.
Saying it could get super complicated.
Stupid Ben. Taking up all the rerolls.
Sorry, I'm sucking all the oxygen out of the room. You keep
you're
talking.
You're not at all. All right.
Oh man, I'm being Terry today. I just snorted, so that's
You snorted the last game, so
no.
yeah. You called me out on the porn stash. I can call you out on the snorting.
That's fair.
All right, so your last investigation wrapped up about 3-4 weeks ago. In the interim, you guys have been doing regular detective murder work, homicide work, because there just isn't enough people. Everybody's kind of stretched thin. And as I cough and hold my fake cigarette.
Oh, I need my fake cigarette.
Your fake cigarette.
Fake quit.
You have Coors Light. That's close enough.
That's
Silver
fine.
bullet.
That's Silver Bullet.
Here we go. Now I'm official.
Woohoo! So it's been about 4 weeks since you guys dealt with the Clackers. And Reese Reinhorn, played by our very fun Sean, in picture form, he was fine. They were able to stabilize him.
Yay!
His personal life is not so fine. He's having
We
some
did blow
issues.
that up a little
Yeah,
bit,
he
didn't we?
blew it up just a touch.
I would argue that he was hoisted by his own petard, if you know what I mean.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Petard.
All right.
That's this guy.
Here are your rerolls.
Oh, thank you.
So now you guys have been doing, like I said, just kind of basic, mundane homicide, though no less horrifying to go to, because you're starting to really see the underbelly of the city even more. There's yay! Oh, hey, I think that's our first tier as well.
Yay! Thank you, Steven.
So, guys, take a look at. It's going to be a straw poll. Rick is going to put the link in the chat for you, so you can then go and do your thing. And that's going to help us decide which way we're going tonight. So, you're at home, and you know your roommate is off doing something. She's a waitress at a diner, at a nearby diner, but she also goes on a lot of Broadway auditions because she wants to get into Broadway. So she's been gone, and you have the house to yourself. And you hear from across the way the sounds of keys hitting the floor, and somebody, kind of
like
irritated.
My across the hall
Yeah,
neighbor,
yeah.
probably.
And you hear like a kid's voice kind of cussing, like, fucking, trying to open up the door. And you then hear a click, like some kind of snap sound. And a few moments later, there's a knock on your door.
I want to look through the peephole first.
Thanks, Hardcore Luchador.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Awesome. One reroll for you and one more reroll for you.
Ooh,
Okay,
thanks.
so now, woohoo!
Don't dead, open inside.
Very dangerous.
So you hear a knock on your door.
Yeah, I want to quietly, because I'm very stealthy, look through my peephole.
Okay. You don't see anything.
Okay. So they're probably too short for the people.
Probably.
Hey, thank you.
Woo-hoo! And thank you, DJ Regular, so much for your playlists. Those are awesome. Like I said, if you guys have a chance, check them out because they are really cool and we appreciate them.
Yes.
So yeah, you
okay,
can.
with the chain on,
All right.
I'll have my gun on my sidearm.
Right.
Out the door.
There's a kid there, probably about 7, not very old. And he goes, my key broke in the door, and I was wondering if I could use your phone to call my mom. Or maybe you have any way to call a locksmith or something, or I don't know.
Yeah, sure. Have I ever seen this kid in my building before?
You've seen them around, but everybody keeps them themselves.
Okay.
Pretty much.
But he's not just like some rando kid that's in the building?
No.
Okay.
No.
I'll let him inside.
All right. So you let him inside, and he goes, I'm Jake. Are you new in the building?
I mean, sorta, yeah.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Yeah, been here, a few months, I guess. I've seen you around a couple of times.
Yeah.
You and your mom live across the hall?
My mom and my dad, but they work all the time, so.
What do they do?
My dad, he's a taxi driver, and my mom works at sanitation. She's one of the secretaries. So she's busy a lot.
Yeah.
And he sits down. What do you want to do? Like what are you thinking?
I'm gonna grab him a couple. I'm gonna grab him. Grab him a couple of cookies.
You're not a kid. You're a leprechaun.
I'll grab him a couple of cookies from the pantry
Is that
and
an Irish joke?
let him.
Yes. Anyway.
Let him sit down on the couch and eat a couple cookies. Hey, Jake, what's your mom's number? Is she still at the office? I'll give her a call for you.
Okay. And he gives you the number, and she you get in touch with her.
Not really though.
And his mom's all like, thank you. I'll call a locksmith and we'll kind of deal with it. How's he seem? Does he seem okay?
I mean, yeah, he's just hanging on the couch. It's cool
Okay.
if he has a couple cookies. Or...
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Just kind of make sure that he's.
Thanks, Vanna.
Thanks, Vanna. Yay, Vanna.
I mean, does he need any sort of special attention, your son?
No, his grandparents died recently, and he's been kind of acting a little strange.
Okay.
So I think he's just learning how to deal with it.
Sure.
And you kind of look out at Adam while he's there eating the cookies and watching whatever's on TV, probably, and
Mary Tyler Moore show.
probably or something, yeah. And you get a little bit of an uneasy feeling because you're like, okay, what in your line of work, what's wrong?
Yeah.
A few hours, like an hour passes by, and the guy comes over and opens up the door, and the kid seems to just go, okay, and goes back, and typical latchkey kid says thank you very much and shuts the door. But you can't shake a feeling that something's a little off, but you're not sure what. But at
Would
go
a
ahead.
notice or an empathy or an investigate, any of that help me out? Figuring out maybe what's
why don't you
going
give
on?
me a? I'm gonna say give me a empathy roll and try to just beat a +4. Oh! Wow.
No.
Can I use a re-roll?
You can.
It's gonna be one of those nights.
Ooh.
All right.
Yeah.
Buckle your seatbelts, kids.
First roll of the night. Oh, nope.
Nope. Yeah.
We're like the roly-polies from My Bug's Life. Oh, okay.
Much better.
Much
See?
better,
Much
3.
better.
That's how we do. So that would be a 6.
6, cool. You know that from the way that he's acting, or the vibe that you're getting from him. Thank you very much, Risky Pixels.
Hey, Risky
Yay!
Pixels.
From the vibe that you're getting, it's almost like something's attached to him, and you're not sure what. But unfortunately, right now you've got to go into work. But it sticks with you, and you kind of filed away in the back of your mind
right.
that maybe you need to kind of look into it at some point.
Yeah. On my way out, I'm gonna look for like the last name that's on like the mailbox or whatever
Right.
for their apartment number, so I know what his
Okay.
parents' last name is.
Okay.
So I'll do that on my way.
All right. So you make a note of it,
Yeah.
and you head out. All right. It is a Tuesday, okay, and you're getting ready for work as well. You've taken your shower, you've done your thing.
Where did I put my glasses?
Your glasses are missing.
Oh no!
Did he steal them again? Damn it! Damn it! I can't see anything.
Sorry, I had to.
Yeah, of course. Terry. Anyway.
All right, yeah. So
the captain calls you and says, "Hey, I got a case for you. You guys need to go to Basel Heights. There's been a death up there, and I don't know. I don't think it's one of your spooky, kind of weird deaths, but there's something going on. Head over to the Black Ballroom, which if you look, it's right up there, like by Central Park.
Oh, okay.
Go up there. It's some kind of, they have parties and catering events and everything for the stupid rich. So just go up there and see what happened and file a report, and then we'll get you on the next thing."
just got my tuxedo back from the cleaners, Chief. You got it.
Wise guy, eh?
Yeah.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Click. Captain. Such a jerk. All right. So, I'm anxiously waiting for the straw poll. I know that it takes a little time, but I want to see what they pick because it's fun. So you meet him over there, and it's this beautiful like dance room, like a ballroom, and with these hanging chandeliers, crystal chandeliers, and everything is bathed in gold and black. It's a weird kind of mix.
Fanciest place I've ever seen.
Take a good look, kid, because you're never gonna.
Hi, are you the police?
Yeah.
Can we, keep this? Can we not have any cop cars out front?
No, listen. I'm Detective O'Rourke. This is Detective Hunter from New York Police.
It's nice to meet you. I just want to try to keep this as quiet as possible.
Understood. Discretion is our middle names.
Okay.
What seems to be the problem exactly?
Well, the dead girl over there is the first thing.
Oh. Yeah.
So, I wasn't here in the room. The people who were, we were told to keep them. They're over in the other dining room.
Everyone over there was present in the room when the death occurred?
Yeah. It just happened in the middle of a dance. We were having
dancing.
It's for a local business man. His name's Fred Chase, and his daughter was dancing, and she let out this scream, and then she fell on the floor. And we thought she had like a heart attack or something, but she's only 18. The forensic men are over there, or whatever, the coroner's over there looking at the body. If you need anything, let me know. This is a woman in probably her mid-50s. She's she's going to work here for another 10, 20 years, and then she's out. This is not the kind of crap she signed up for. She goes, if you need me, just let me know, and I can take you over to the other ballroom. And like I said, I mean, this is Fred Chase's,
This was his party.
it was his party. It was to celebrate him and his son opened some Chase Towers, and it's a party to celebrate that, and his daughter just collapsed. Anyway, I'll let you do your thing. If you have any questions, let me know. Woo!
We're throwing cigarettes.
I don't even know where it went.
No, that's okay.
Okay.
Oh, it's right
Under
underneath
your
you.
Foot. Under your
It's
right
under your
foot.
butt.
Oh, okay.
Right foot.
I'll get it later.
It's fine.
Ma'am, before you go, what is your name?
Oh, I'm Connie Stevens.
The name sounds familiar to me.
It is. My mom was, yeah.
Listen, we will do our best to be discreet. Mr. Chase's reputation precedes him. Obviously, we're going to do everything we can to keep a low profile here. Winter, I want you to go talk to some of these nice folks at the dance, and I'm going to go talk to our good buddies down in the morgue, okay?
Got it.
Okay. Cool.
I should silence my phone.
Silence! Oh, okay, cool. I did not see this. Yay. All right, so the elder gods have spoken.
Oh, Jesus. I mean,
Oh.
If you wouldn't mind writing out our tonight's aspect for the table is, just because you are paranoid doesn't mean they're not after you.
ooh, that's a good one.
Thank you guys so much, and we are not very far away from the next tier. I think we're like $15 or something. So thank you guys so much. Your tips are awesome. We appreciate it. And thank you mostly, Eric, for the sub. We appreciate it. Now, you guys re-rolls. So is that a new one? For Michael?
Yes.
That's the second one? Okay,
Hi.
cool. Yay!
Yay!
Awesome.
Thank you, donor.
And Kelsey has 3 altogether. She used one. Should she have 4? Is that... Did I do that one?
I might have done that wrong.
That's okay. That's okay. All right. So you guys go
I'm
over.
sure it'll be fine.
It'll be fine. You guys go over to the where the body is, and they're taking pictures, and you notice there's tons of really fancy paintings on the walls and bright, chandeliers have been turned up all the way so you can see everything. Mm-hmm. And you get to the corner, and he goes, the guy's looking over the body. Oh, the dicks are here.
Excuse me.
Private eyes. Not private eyes, detectives.
Yeah, get your metaphors straight. And there's a lady present, all right?
Fine. What do you guys, where are you guys from? Are you from?
The police?
Well, yeah, but what precinct? Are you from around here? Are you from?
Black bag.
Okay. Why are you guys doing these?
Sunglasses when you said that.
Yeah, exactly. Why are you guys doing this? I don't think this is anything weird.
That'll
And
be for us to decide.
As he's saying that, you guys notice around this girl's neck, or this woman's neck, a purple band all the way around her throat, and it doesn't look like hands could make those kind of
But
markings.
it's like a ligature mark?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But there's like no rope burn or anything like that. It looks like someone or something somehow got
James
all the way around. Hey, James V, thank you. All the way around. And if that's I think that might be the one I'm thinking. Let's see. Ba-ba-ba.
Choose your own adventure. It's a blank slate. Kid, I know you're from out of town, but Chase is a really, really big deal in this city, so we got to
okay.
make sure we handle ourselves exactly perfectly with this one. Do you understand me?
Okay.
So, just so I'm clear, did we hit the 50? Did we hit the second tier?
Second tier is 50.
Yeah.
We hit 60.
We-
We're at 75.
Where it says, so we hit the last 2 tiers. Okay,
That's
cool.
as many as 6 tens.
So right as you're talking,
Yeah. Just like
suddenly you hear the door burst open, and this woman comes walking in with a couple of photographers, and she's all like, "Who's in charge here? We're from the New York Post. We want to take some pictures of what's going on." And she starts they start clicking photos everywhere.
Hey, this is a crime scene. No pictures here, no pictures.
Wait a minute. How exactly? You can't keep the press out. This is a big deal.
No,
Who's
we're
the
not
victim?
trying to keep the press out.
You told us no pictures.
Yeah, there are no pictures.
And
because
they
we
just
need to
they're like
investigate.
velociraptors.
Hey, look, we're in the middle of a very sensitive investigation here. Your cooperation is appreciated, but if I have to, I will restrain you and remove you from the premises.
Is that a promise?
Oh, wow.
Irish.
Oh.
Can I help you, ma'am?
I think she's
You
coming down to
can.
you.
Who is the who's the corpse?
Thanks, Hunter.
Who's the corpse? Look, I'll get out of your hair. I'll take my people away. I just need something to be able to tell my boss.
Hey, listen, you're a smart New York City reporter.
I am.
Given the location and the events going on here tonight, I'm sure you can figure out who that is. Now, I'm going to ask you one more time, nicely, to please leave. And then I'm not going to be nice anymore, all right?
All right. Well, let me give you my card, and it says Shannon West on it. She goes, if you think of anything that would help me out, then we can have a better relationship. We can work together.
How did you get here so quick, anyway?
It's my job.
Where did you hear about the incident?
Like I'm going to tell you that.
Oh, well, then I guess we don't have to tell you anything either. Thanks for stopping by, Shannon.
No problem, Cupcake. And she walks away.
Can I see the camera?
Yeah, no. They just won't.
They run.
They're like, no.
The cameramen were already gone, I'm sure.
And as they're going away, you feel a tap of on your shoulder. You guys want to take a look at the body?
Yes, please.
All right, come on over. And he goes, yeah, maybe this is your jurisdiction. I'm not sure how anybody could die like this and no one knows or has seen anything. She was obviously strangled. And she's only been dead for a little while, as far as I can tell.
So everyone was dancing.
Everyone was
prior
dancing
to...
according to what they said. She let out some kind of scream. She couldn't get air, I guess, and dropped. And they all thought that, she choked on something or
She grasping at her throat? What was making everyone think she couldn't breathe?
I don't know. You're going to have to ask them.
All right.
And then
Maybe we should start interviewing witnesses.
Tell you
Yeah.
what, why don't you start on that? I'm going to take a look at our decedent here
Yeah.
and take a look around this ballroom, see if there's anything maybe we can see better with the lights on. Now, Hunter, remember, gotta do this one by the book. If you get on Chase's bad side, it's gonna end really badly for all of us, all right?
All right, O'Rourke. By
All
the
right.
book.
By the book. Okay, so this is going to be tough because give me you're going to want to try to hit +6.
Am I?
Do you want to try to, do you want to spend any?
Yeah, because I am the youngest in a line of good Irish cops, and
Awesome.
the first to make detective.
All right, so that'll give you a
+2 there,
+2.
and that's +4 for my investigate, so there's 6.
Right.
Let's see what the dice say.
I have no clue because I can't read them.
It's 6.
It's a wash.
It's just 6.
It's
Perfect.
just 6.
Yes.
All right. You notice that the painting that she was near, the paint on it seems like you walk up and you look at it, and the paint is still wet. It looks like it's relatively fresh. And it's just like a boat out on the water, basic, generic. I mean, it's a good painting, but it's not like anything weird. But it looks like it just got put up.
The whole
on the
painting
wall.
is still wet?
The whole painting's still
Okay.
wet.
Well, with Shannon West's business card, I'm actually going to just kind of edge up on it and see if I can get a little tiny bit of the paint on it.
Right. Okay, so you do that. You get a little fleck of paint on it.
Little sample, collecting some samples.
Exactly, evidence, if you will.
Okay, so
'Cause we're
meanwhile, you're heading
investigating.
over to start talking to people.
Yeah.
And as you're heading to the second ballroom, you hear, so it was Chase's daughter that was, okay, very, very interesting. And you hear the woman
Shannon!
going, but you're not supposed to, we can't.
I charge over there.
Okay, so you burst in and she's talking to the entire line of people and they're writing stuff down. She's got people taking pictures.
Okay, I want to.
Oh, Cupcake, you're back.
I want to try to make an empathy check to talk to Shannon.
Okay, good luck with that. We'll see how that
See how
goes.
terrible you are?
Do you want to spend any aspects?
Let's
Thank you, Chad, for
see.
unlocking Shannon. I appreciate it.
I do too.
Anything that
In
you
over
can?
my head?
I think that's a compel more than anything.
Okay.
So basically, instead of rolling, I'm going to compel saying you're in over your head and you get a point,
Okay.
but you have to you get to explain how this goes wrong.
Okay. All right. So I get to use my +2 because I'm taking, right?
You get a
no, I have
fate
to-
point,
I-
and now you tell
I can
me
give it
how
back to you.
you can
To use it, right?
Right.
Okay. So I'll use my +2 on that. In over my head, because again,
Well-
remember, I'm not that great talking to these big city slicker folk.
Right. No, you get to keep this. You don't.
Oh.
If I compel something,
I'm forgetting how
that's
compel
okay.
works.
If I compel something, you get this point and you get to keep it.
Okay.
But you have to then basically fail at what you're doing. You're basically taking a hit for story reasons.
Okay.
So you get to explain how you mess this scene up. Okay.
Oh, good.
So you get to keep the point.
okay.
You don't roll,
All
but you're
right.
like, you run in and what, remember you did that one scene with the, I
Sure.
forget. And
It was with the
cr-
coroner.
the coroner, and it went wrong.
It went so wrong.
So,
Shannon,
yes,
quick question for you.
sure, I have several for you. How long has she been dead? Has it been only just a little while?
Real quick. Do you want this murder to be solved?
Of course I do, but I
Okay.
also want to get a byline because that's important as well.
Sure. And
Look,
I
these
respect
people
that.
have
You know
tons
what?
of money. They don't need it.
Shannon,
and,
here's the thing. Okay, I get it. Us ladies in these businesses, we have to
Yes,
be
us
cutthroat.
ladies.
We got to be cutthroat.
I understand that.
We gotta take the risks. Okay,
Uh-huh.
I get it. I get it. But we need this to be a controlled crime scene if we're going to be able to solve this murder. And right now, you're contaminating everything by interviewing these witnesses before we've had a chance to get the story.
Well,
Don't just write down what I'm saying. You can't. Don't stop looking at. What are you looking at? What are you writing?
What is that, a calculator?
you don't. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's very interesting.
I
How
mean-
long have you been with the force?
How would you like for me to come into your office and just start writing?
But this is my
stories
office.
About how the reporters of the. I'm sorry. What was the newspaper?
What was the New York Post?
newspaper?
What
The New
what
York
was?
Post. So
what,
the New
how
York
long
Post
have you
is
been
interfering in police investigations and
So,
preventing a
let's
young
see.
woman's murder from being
here?
solved.
New detective.
I never said I was a new detective.
Your new detective. What was your name again?
I didn't tell you that I was a new detective. Why are you assuming I'm a new
Unwilling
detective?
to say name. Said that. Oh,
Shannon West
All the me
interfering
time.
in a police investigation.
This is really satisfying.
Interfering in police investigation.
I'm not interfering. I'm just asking people questions. Isn't that your job? Shouldn't you be asking me
Yeah, I
questions?
should, but I should be doing it first, Shannon. So thanks. I'm going to have to ask you to step aside. This is police jurisdiction.
Okay. I think we got everything we needed.
Great. Bye-bye, sweetie.
It's okay, Cupcake.
Bye-bye,
We'll talk later.
sweetie.
She walks away. And you
Picture
hear
Morgan
click,
Freeman.
click, click, click.
Click, 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 click.
Unnamed new rookie.
The noive of that girl.
Oi, order!
I order!
Shannon West, played by Farrah Fawcett Majors.
Exactly. Oh.
Snap. I do. Shannon does actually break her pencil. Dang it.
So the frantic woman comes over. She's, what? They can't put this in the paper.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to be able to do about that, but could you actually try to scoot them outside and then maybe,
Scoot them outside?
close off the ballroom, please? Why are you letting them in here?
They just walked in from the main ballroom where you were.
Yeah, well, they shouldn't have been in there either. Oh!
Isn't it your job to, block off the street?
No, you said no police cars out front.
I feel like O'Rourke hears her go, just like...
God damn it.
Dang it.
No.
Look, just try to keep everybody else out of here while I try to get some interviews, okay?
Okay, listen.
Oh, man.
I think we're going to have to call in a couple of black and whites. I'm very, very sorry.
At this point, it doesn't matter because everybody knows.
All right, fine.
It's going to be all over the front page tomorrow.
Listen, get her out of here quietly and quickly, but we got to lock this place down. This is an active crime scene, all right?
I'm sorry, O'Rourke. She was already in here.
It's all right.
She was
It's all right.
asking
I'll see you later.
questions.
O'Rourke.
Man,
It's O'Rourke, right?
I don't think I
Write that
handled
down,
real good.
O'Rourke. Bye, honey. And then the door shuts.
Oh, I hate that lady. Why is everybody in
hey.
this city so rude?
It's the New York state of mind. Now listen, don't let it shake you, all right?
All right.
The vultures in the press, they're going to try and ruin your day, but you're here to do a job, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Now listen, the young lady is dead. We got to figure out why.
Yeah.
We got to figure out who saw what.
Yeah.
You ready for this, detective?
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Really, you're doing a motivational speech right in front of all the witnesses?
Well, it's in whisper
Are you
tones,
people
so
Brown News?
it's a
Stage whisper.
Yeah.
It's a stage whisper. All right, fine.
Say it. I'm going to kill the bear. Say it. What one man can do, another man can do. What one man can do, another man can do. Sorry.
That's awesome.
All right, I'm gonna try to talk to some of these folks over here, okay?
All right. I'm going to talk to these folks over here.
Okay.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what we'll do is we'll do an interview with you, and we'll just pretend like you did
All of them.
15 people a
Sure.
piece. And we'll kind of amalgamate them all together.
Well, when I wrote Apocalypse Now, Sorry.
Thank you
So,
for the tip.
you want to be-
Yay!
This.
Yay! Thank you. We appreciate it. All right.
Now I would like to try to use empathy,
Yeah.
and I would also like to be using a fate point for being worried that I'm going to let the group down because I'm off to a terrible start.
Right. Woohoo!
Okay, so that's -1. So that's a +4.
Okay. All right. So you're talking with these people, and what kind of questions are you going to ask?
Can you describe what was going on within the ballroom when the young lady started exhibiting symptoms of distress?
Well, I was drinking, and everybody was on the
Alcohol?
dance floor.
I'm just trying to be accurate. I don't want to assume.
Yes, alcohol.
I'm just trying to be by the book, sir. I'm sorry. I just need all the details.
Well, as I was saying, I was drinking alcohol,
Okay.
and I noticed that she started moving around oddly, and
She was
then
dancing at the time?
she was dancing with some guy.
Do you know who the gentleman was that she was dancing with?
It's a different guy every 2 weeks. Who cares?
But this time, who was she dancing with?
I don't know. Some guy.
Would you recognize him if you saw him again?
He's the fifth one down on the line. He points to this good-looking guy.
All right.
All right. So.
What was she doing? How was, you said she was moving strangely. Can you describe that? Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I think we hit the next tier, right, at 100?
The next tier is at 150.
Okay, but we did hit the 100 one.
We hit 100, yes.
Okay, cool.
At
Awesome.
100.
Nice.
That one's really fun. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I know.
So how was she moving? You said she was moving strangely?
She started like grabbing for her throat, and I could have sworn she came off like I couldn't see through all the people.
Okay.
And then because they all started circling around her.
Right.
But I felt like I saw her feet kind of come up off the ground and almost just a little bit, not much, almost like she was being held up.
Okay.
And then she dropped to the ground. And everybody panicked. Everyone ran around. We have several doctors that were at the party. They ran over. They tried to resuscitate her, but she was already gone.
Did you notice anything else strange occurring in the room? Temperature, smell, sounds? Anything else that changed that made you an uneasy feeling, perhaps?
Well, besides the, blended anyway, besides
The alcohol?
the alcohol not being what it should for a party like this, it's a free bar. No, I didn't.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time. If you think of anything else, here's our card. Please don't hesitate to
Okay.
call us.
Now, obviously, we're doing amalgamation of all these people.
Yeah.
Are there any other questions you want to ask, just in general?
Yeah, I want to know if anybody noticed the man she was dancing with, what his reaction was when she started exhibiting symptoms of distress.
Yeah, he freaked out and started yelling
What
that
was he
something
yelling?
was wrong.
Oh, that something was wrong.
Yeah, he was just like, hey, something's happening, and then he tried to approach her, but for some reason he wasn't able to touch her. He said it was like almost like there was a force keeping him from being able to interact with her. Because they weren't like slow dancing, they were just dancing next to each other. And then all of a sudden she started grabbing for her throat, and most of the people say that the ones that were close say that she literally almost like she was on her tippy toes.
But not
Tippy
quite
toes.
touching the ground.
And not touching
Sure.
the ground.
And then one last question. Earlier in the evening, were there any other strange occurrences? Were there any instances involving the young woman?
No, everyone was really happy. We
Nothing
had
was
dinner.
scheduled later in the evening having to do with her?
No,
or
not
the
at all.
gentleman she was with?
No, it was just a regular party celebrating the new tower. That's it.
Okay.
So that's the general stuff. Was there anything else you wanted to ask? Or is
Can't
that
think of anything.
that covers it for you?
Yeah.
So you now have all this information. What do you want to do?
Was there anybody in attendance who has left in the time it took for us to get here?
Nobody was allowed to leave.
Good. That's very good.
But people were allowed in.
We'll argue about that later.
Couldn't help but notice, but in the ballroom,
Passive aggressive hostess.
how recently was the artwork in the ballroom updated?
Well, I think they got those paintings 5 years ago. Not 5 or 6 years ago. We update the look relatively once every 2 years, but the painter's very famous and it's kind of a New York. You have a New York name, so his name's Ivan Whitehall, and he does great work. So we keep his paintings up. Why do you ask?
I'm a bit of a dabbler.
Nah.
There was one painting that struck me as very unique near the young woman's body. I just, is that also a Whitehall?
Yeah.
Ivan? You said Ivan?
Ivan, yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Do you have any contact information for Mr. Whitehall? By any
No,
chance?
not at all. We bought it from the school.
Oh, what school is that?
Pickman Prep.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to address the elephant in the room. Has the young lady's father been notified?
He's right over there.
Very well. I don't think I have any further questions. Thank you.
Okay.
Hunter!
I'm here.
All right. So, I think we got to talk to the fellow she was dancing with.
Yeah, I heard it was this good-looking gentleman over here in the vest.
Why, he looks like a young Warren Beatty. I don't know. Right.
His name's Beatty Warren.
Beatty Warren! He looks like a 1977 era Warren Beatty. Yes. Yeah, so settle up and, I'll have my badge out. Is he sitting down? Is he standing up?
Oh, Fred Chase? Or are you talking about the guy?
The guy she was
the
dancing
guy.
Dancing partner, yeah. We're going to save Mr. Chase for the end.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, he's sitting down and you both feel like, all of a sudden as you're approaching this young gentleman, you kind of get this awkward, paranoid feeling. But I'm sure nobody's after you.
Oh, no.
I actually pause and turn around to look behind me for just a second. Look at Hunter.
Oh, what is...
No, nothing.
Okay,
Nothing.
yeah,
That's
sure.
all right.
Sure,
All right.
sure. Yeah.
I produce a pack of cigarettes. And I offer the young man one.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, buddy. Heard you had a rough night.
Here, let me get that for you.
Yeah, it hasn't been easy. I couldn't do anything. She just started choking and I couldn't do anything and she...
All right.
You known her for long?
Take it easy. Listen, I'm Chris O'Rourke. This is,
I already talked with the other detective that was here.
The
The woman that came in.
Oh, yeah. I'm so sorry. That was actually a reporter, so I know this is difficult to relive, but we're going to have to still ask you some questions.
Yeah, listen, I can imagine you don't you
I
don't want
don't
to
know
repeat
what
yourself.
to do.
All right. Hey, listen, we're here. You didn't do anything wrong, so far as we know.
Her dad's right over there. He's going to
Believe
fucking kill me.
We're going to talk to Mr. Chase in a minute, and I'm sure he's going to have some things to say. Now, before we talk to him, I would like to hear your side of the story. What, in your own words, happened to Chase's daughter? Because I got to tell you, we see a lot of strange things in our line of work.
Okay.
I can't say I haven't seen anything quite like this.
All right.
That said, really tell us what your experience was, okay? No judgment, even if it seems like it was strange or weird. Let us know.
Click. You gotta. We were dancing. I had had a few drinks.
Alcohol?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
No, they were drinking Fresco. What do you think? Come on.
I'm sorry. I'm nervous. It's feeling weird.
Yeah, alcohol.
Okay.
We're drinking.
Great callback.
We're drinking alcohol. No, it was great. It just cracked me up. This is a near beer party. Yeah. Anyway, I had a few drinks. I had just met her, and we started dancing. And
Did you know who she was when you started dancing with her?
yeah, I knew who she was. Our fathers have worked together before. I had met her briefly once before. And
wait, just hold up right there. I'm
Click.
sorry.
Do you hear that? That click sound?
I'm sorry. I'm not up on the society pages. Who is your father exactly?
I'm Steve Graham. My father is William Graham. He's a banker. You probably would have never heard of him anyway. He works at the Wilshire Bank, not far from here, and does a lot of the helps with the financing for Mr. Chase's real estate deals and his son. Anyway, we're dancing, and she started grabbing her throat, and she levitated off the ground. Like, literally off the fucking ground. And then, click, and it makes no sense to me. And I tried to grab her. I tried to help her because she's going like this. And she started getting really red, and there was a vein in her forehead. It was...
When all of this was happening, it's all right, take a breath. When all of this was happening, did you notice anything else going on around the room?
No, it was like if you've ever been in a car crash. I don't know. Everything starts going in slow motion, and you're just kind of, everything's slow and then suddenly really fast, because I saw her go up, and then all of a sudden she's on the floor and she's not responding. She's not, and they pushed me out of the way, and we had a few doctors here that tried to work on her. They started doing CPR. She was only 18. That's
definitely a tragedy.
Anyway, when I tried to go towards her, it was like something was around her, like there was some force keeping me from actually physically touching her.
Did it feel like
Click.
someone standing or like a barrier around her whole being?
Like a barrier around her whole being. It's like nobody could get to her, and then she just collapsed. The sound was just horrible thud on the ground.
This is gonna sound crazy, but do you hear that clicking sound by any chance?
Yeah, it's the other detective she's down there taking pictures.
You stay here. West! You, come here right now!
Hey, Irish, what's up?
Now, I did give you the chance
You did.
to leave with me being nice. Now I gotta be not so nice.
Oh, don't be mean.
I'm gonna have to confiscate your cameras, and
Why? We didn't do anything.
this is an active crime scene.
Yeah, but we're the press. You can't do that. We can take pictures.
It's not suppression of the press.
Yes, it's totally suppression of the press. You can't suppress us. You're press suppression, whatever. Look, I'll leave. We got the pictures we needed and the information and I tell you what, I'll be nice because you are very attractive. I will give you a 12-hour lead. This won't get on the front page for 12 hours.
How very considerate.
You're,
12 hours.
12 hours. You and Cupcake break the case in 12 hours. And you know what? After all this is done, I'll buy you a drink.
That's O''R.
Oh, I know your name.
OURKE. All right.
I know your name.
Get that right.
I'll get it right.
12 hours.
You've got a lot of brothers, right?
I got a few.
Yeah. It's from a very prominent police family, correct?
My family has a history in the service. Yeah.
Really? How long have you been on the force?
I'm afraid I can't comment on that. It's part of the ongoing investigation. Listen, we got to get back to this, all right?
Okay.
12 hours.
All right, 12 hours. You got it. She leaves.
Hate that lady.
It's all right. Listen,
I broke another pencil. Dang it.
you got to follow my lead on this next bit, okay?
All right.
We're going to talk to the girl's dad.
Okay.
Fred Chase is if he's anything like what I read in the papers, he's going to be a piece of work.
Oh,
so yes, we make our way to Mr. Fred Chase.
He's like pacing back and forth. He does not seem as broken up as you would imagine a parent might be. Mm-hmm. But, Oh, finally, police. Didn't take you very long, did you? We got all night. My daughter's just dead.
Yeah,
Well, what exactly is going on?
Mr. Chase, I'm sorry. I'm Detective O'Rourke. This is Detective Hunter. from the New York Police Department. We're incredibly sorry for your loss, and we came as quickly as we possibly could.
O'Rourke, is that Irish?
Yes, sir. It's Irish. My family goes back quite a long ways, but we're New Yorkers through and through, just like you and your family.
All right, you've talked too much. Tell me what's going on.
We're not entirely sure what has happened to your daughter at this point, sir. This is a very
That's very obvious.
unusual set of circumstances.
How did she die?
Well, it would appear that she was strangled, sir.
Uh-huh. Well, since we were all in the ballroom and no one was saw strangling her, that seems kind of hard to believe.
I understand that, sir. You have to understand, in our line of work specifically, we tend to see things that don't fall under the umbrella of conventional
Oh,
wisdom.
Jesus Christ. Did they send supernatural cops? Seriously, this is not a supernatural thing. And the last fucking thing I need is supernatural cops in the paper talking about, look, I don't give a shit if it was a ghost or a demon or whatever. Whatever excuse, find out what happened and then lie about it, because I cannot have this in the paper. I've got way too much stuff going on. I don't have any time. Remember, you're new. You always fuck things up because you're new. So if you want to take it, you can, or you can spend a fate point not to take it.
Oh gosh.
So it's up to you.
Okay, I'm gonna spend a
You're
fate
gonna
point
to not take it.
Not to take
Okay,
this.
cool. So, look, I just need you to find this out. He says my secretary will give her card so you can get in touch with her and let her know what's going on. Please don't tell anybody that you're supernatural cops or whatever the hell. Okay? Because I don't need that kind
I
of
look
press.
around for Shannon to make sure she didn't just hear that.
Click. Yeah, no, she's nowhere.
Okay,
She's not
good.
around.
Good.
Sir, I assure you we will act with the utmost discretion.
Great, perfect. All right, I've talked enough with both of you. Hurry up, figure this out, give my secretary a call. And he walks away.
And that
Whew.
was Mr. Fred Chase.
Okay. All right. Rich people, huh?
They just want to make this city great again.
Oh. Youch.
All right. So that basically ends this scene unless there's anything else you guys want to do.
I'm going to take one more look at that painting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, is there anything behind it?
So it takes you guys about, a good couple of hours to talk to all these people,
Yeah.
to deal with Chase, all this other stuff. So then you go, it's really sad how natural this feels.
I know, I think that I'm like,
Yeah, it's amazing.
and I like to point with it.
So you go and you go to the
Yeah,
painting.
there you go.
And
almost
do you
like
just
you have a
pull it off
Sharpie.
the wall or
No, I mean, I
Just, you know, like-
detective it.
you detective it?
You know, I got a handkerchief that I'm using to kind of, lift
Move
it
it
up
around.
a little bit.
Yeah.
And
There's nothing on the back and the paint is now dry.
What is the? You said it's just a boat on a lake or something.
It's a boat on the ocean and it's
Okay.
like got a sunrise in the background.
All right, I look at the card. Is the paint on the card still wet?
No, it's dry.
Hunter, this is the weirdest thing I've seen in a while.
What's going on? Why are you so interested in this painting?
When we got here, the paint on that painting was wet.
It was wet?
It was wet.
Like it was fresh?
Like it was a brand new painting. But now, tap, tap, tap.
Oh, thank you. Is that?
No, that's been there a while.
Sorry, Stephen. Thank you, and BSB Care. Thank you.
Yes.
I mean,
all
we're so
wonderful.
into the scene.
Thanks to everybody.
Thank you so much.
You're the best.
So go ahead.
Well,
You are best, though.
I mean, you feel like we should maybe take this painting down to the station, or?
There's something about this painting. I mean, we can't take it with us, but
I mean, you've been a cop for a long time. If you got a hunch, I feel like we should follow it.
let's leave the painting here. I got a sample of the paint. Let's
Okay.
see what the boys in the lab have to say. This doesn't feel right.
Do we have a camera? Like, would we have a camera to take pictures of crime scenes?
Well, you've got like like the forensics guys who are there definitely have cameras.
Okay,
There
I'll
are
ask them to make sure that they document
the
the painting. So I'll have them take a picture of the painting.
Okay.
I'll just
No,
make sure
I'm
that
sure
they,
the corner
they
guy
take a
is-
picture.
Yeah, they're taking
Taking
pictures
pictures,
of
yeah.
everything.
Okay,
So
okay,
yeah,
good.
you can definitely go back and look at stuff. That's for
Okay.
sure.
But yeah,
So
just tap on it.
yeah, it's dry. Everything's fine. So that's the end of what you're doing here. Next day is Wednesday, okay? And your mom says, your mom calls you up and says, before you go out to work, I'd like you to come to church with me.
Ma, I can't right now, okay?
Why not? It's only an hour.
I gotta fill out some reports at work, you know? I mean, I gotta go in a little early. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry.
I just feel a lot more comfortable if you were right with God before you go out. I mean, when's the last time you had confession? It's been a while, hasn't it?
It's been a while, yeah.
Sweetie, I understand, but could you just do it for me, please?
Yes.
Thank you, sweetie. I'll see you at church. Click. Okay.
O'Rourke's got a cat, by the way.
Oh, okay,
Excited,
cool.
yes.
Okay,
Cat-
what's the cat's name?
Astara.
Astara. Okay, cool.
So,
Astara is born.
I don't know either, girl. I don't know either.
All right. So you go to
Did you grab me another beer? Around there? I'm sorry.
no problem.
It's been a heck of a day, gang.
Yeah, it's been a fun day.
Yeah.
So you go to church and your mother is waiting for you. Your brother Rory is there as well, and they say how you doing, and he says.
Do you want one? Just one?
Oh, give me both. I don't care. Nah.
Yeah. So your mom goes, I wasn't kidding about, the confession. How have you been feeling?
I haven't been feeling great, Ma, but, I mean, you know the work that I do. Listen, I mean, Dad was a beat cop. All the boys, what I do is a little different. It's a little harder. It takes a little more time, and it's a little harder on the body and the mind,
Well, that's what I'm worried about. That's why church is so important because, Father Mike can help you. He's new. He's about your age. You could talk to him, and it might help your mood. I've just noticed that you haven't been yourself lately.
See, you make me a little bit of corned beef and cabbage, all right? Be right as rain.
But
I'll
do you
talk to
feel
Father Mike,
do you
all
feel like you're right with God right now, though?
No, I don't feel like I'm right with God. I don't even know if the God that you believe in exists, all right? There, I said it.
Rory just kind of puts his head down and shakes it.
It's like,
Ma,
man,
no,
little
Ma,
brother.
Ma, I didn't mean that. No, that came out wrong. That's not what I meant
No,
to say.
no, that's exactly what you meant to say. I spent too much time indulging my children, and now they are questioning everything.
Ma, it's
No,
not
no.
that. It's not that. Listen, you and Dad, you raised us right, all right?
Oh, I know we raised you right. I'm just wondering what's happening right now because there's a problem if you're questioning everything. I mean, I understand you got to question things every once in a while, but you're in a dangerous business, and I feel like church is important and family is important, and you've been kind of distant lately, and that worries me. You haven't been to church in a couple of weeks now. I had to pull your teeth to get you here.
I'll talk to Father Mike, all right? I'll go to confession.
Okay.
I'm going to get good with God, all right? I didn't mean what I said. I'm tired,
I hope not.
and it's been a real hard day, and
You could be a beat cop too. Detective, I understand. It's you
Well,
wanted to do more, but as a beat cop, you could just go out and do your beat, and that you'd be done.
Ma, I thought you were proud of me.
I'm very proud of you.
Your
but
baby boy's a detective. I mean,
I'm very proud of you, but I don't want your job to eat you alive. I'd rather you be happy than, doing something for, to make me. I'm happy no matter what you do. I want you to be happy.
No, Ma, I did it.
Would a girl help? I know a few girls that maybe you could go on a date with.
Ma.
You're not getting any
Ma,
younger.
come on, Ma. Listen.
You're doing such a good mom right now.
I've had this conversation before.
Look, it's let's start with Father Mike and confession, and then if you want to find my bride-to-be, we'll talk about that later. Does that sound okay?
Sounds perfect.
How's that new TV working out for you?
Excellent. And I love you, and I appreciate that you listen to me, even though I'm getting older and you're completely independent now. I appreciate you coming to church. I know young people now, they have their discotheques and things like that, so.
That's not really my thing, Ma. Hey, you always be
Maybe-
my Irish rose, okay?
Okay. Well,
All right.
go talk to Father Mike, and we'll see you next week at church, okay?
All right.
All right. We'll get back to you in a moment. Thank you. That was fun.
Yes, it was. I enjoyed it.
So you're at your apartment, and your roommate comes home. She's like, "Did you see the news? Did you see the paper?" Slams the paper down. She goes, "Look."
You have got to be kidding me.
That poor Chase girl.
Oh, no.
It even says your name in here.
Oh, no. No,
yes,
no,
yes.
no.
Isn't this good?
No, Anna, this is this is the absolute antithesis of good. This is so bad. Ah, jeez. What does it say? I want to read it.
Basically, it says...
The Post is like the rag, right?
Yeah.
It's this really
It's the rag.
sensationalistic
Yeah,
paper? Okay,
yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
It says debutante... why am I blanking on her name? Rachel...
Aurora Chase.
Rachel Chase. That's why I have a list. Rachel Chase was found dead at the Black Ballroom. Inexperienced NYPD detective Shauna Hunter was on scene, and it gets worse from there.
Great.
And
This is just great.
It doesn't mention O'Rourke,
Of course it doesn't.
just mentions you.
I hate this Shannon woman so much.
Your phone rings.
Oh, yeah?
What the fuck are you doing? You're in the newspaper.
Yeah.
I
geez,
get that you're straight off the bus. I understand that. But, this isn't Nebraska or Kansas or Wisconsin or whatever fucking backwater piss hole you came from.
Okay.
Yes. No, it's not okay. Because I've got the Chase lawyers up my ass.
Oh, man.
It's unbelievable.
Chief, that lady, the Shannon
Don't
woman.
give me that lady
She
bullshit.
had it out for me, Chief. She was.
Jesus, it's like talking to Bambi and the fucking forest is on fire.
I don't think Shannon West is a lady.
It's like, what the hell?
Serpent.
What? Look, I don't give a shit what you do.
Okay.
You and O'Rourke better get the fucking thing back on track.
Yeah, I'm gonna get
now.
it back. I'm gonna get it back on track, Chief.
And I don't want to see your name in a paper again.
Nope. Never. Nope. Not me.
Goodbye, Nebraska.
Oh, okay. Not from Nebraska.
Click. How'd it go? Was that your boss?
Yep. Sure was. He's super pissed.
I'm sorry. That sucks.
Yeah. This
Did you see the picture they took of you?
Of a woman. What on the
It's
other?
on the second page.
What am I?
Okay.
It's not your best side, but,
No. No.
I'm sure they only took a couple of pictures.
Anna,
They picked the best one.
Do me
that
a
was
favor.
There. Yes.
and burn this newspaper for me. I have to go to work
Are you
and fix
sure you
this
don't-
giant mess that I created.
Don't you want the clipping?
No, I don't want the clipping.
Okay. All right, I'll burn it.
Yeah, like I'm not even joking. If this isn't burned by the
I'll
time
burn it,
I
I'll
get home
burn it.
from work, I swear I'm gonna.
It doesn't, you don't need to get upset. I'm sure.
I'm
it
not
can be-
upset. I'm angry.
I get it. I'll burn it. Right after my show.
Your show.
Yeah.
Wait, did you get the part?
No, my show on TV. I haven't gotten the part yet.
Oh, like you're gonna just watch TV?
Picture her auditioning for Cats.
Yeah,
Auditioning for
yeah.
Cats?
She's
Okay.
that kind of thing.
Okay.
She's like on her third
Oh, yeah, yeah,
recall
yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Perfect.
Jellicle songs
Hey,
full of
Anna.
Jellicle
Yeah.
Cats.
Before I head into work, you talked to the family across the hall?
Oh, that little creepy kid?
Yeah. What's his deal?
I have no idea. I feel bad for him. He's home alone over there all the time.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
His mom works weird hours. His dad works weird hours.
Did you ever meet his grandparents?
No. Yeah.
Like when you lived here before I moved in, you never saw them?
No, well, maybe once. Older gentlemen, obviously grandparents. I don't know. I don't tend to pay attention very well, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I've got my own things. I'm trying to really work on me right now.
Yeah.
Things
I know.
I'm trying to work out.
You're doing great, sweetie.
Thank you.
All right, just I don't know if anything weird happens, just
I'll
let
let
me
you
know.
know. I'll let you know.
all right.
And good luck with your job.
Okay, I'll need it. So thanks.
So we'll end that scene right there. And
I hate the Shannon woman so much.
thank you, chat. See, you
Shauna
changed the
hates her
game.
so much.
Thank you for your donations, because that's what changes what happens.
Super fun to get to be angry Shauna though. So
Angry Sean is
that's
fun. So you go in and after, because they do confessions at different times, and your mom had requested that Father Mike does a confession with you. Little door. So how long has it been since you've confessed?
It's been a while, Father.
And why is that?
Tell my mother it's because I'm busy at work. But some days it's all I can do to get up and just get out the door, do what I gotta do, let alone making time for
Do you feel depressed? Is that it?
No, I mean,
It's okay. That's a normal thing for people to go through.
no, I don't feel depressed. I mean, it's a weird time to be alive, With the crack in the sky the way it is now. I mean,
Yes, it's getting bigger, and more strange things have happened. But do you believe that that's God's plan, or do you believe that there is no plan? Is that the problem? Are you having trouble with your faith?
my mom put you up to this, Father.
She makes a good apple pie.
Listen, my mom and my dad raised me a good Irish Catholic boy. And you know what they say.
But you're yourself. You're not a good Irish Catholic boy all the time. You're a man now. Who are you?
I don't know.
You don't have to know right this second, but you don't have to be bullied into what your parents want you to be.
It's a good point, Father.
I mean, of course, I would like to see you in church, but if your path is away from church for, however long you need to search for what you believe in, that's what you need to do.
Can I tell you what scares me the most?
Sure, of course, that's what we're here for.
Is that if I turn my back on what I was taught to believe that is good and right in the world and what's going to happen to me after this, and I got nothing. But I can't make sense of what I've seen and what I've been told my whole life. I mean, it's like a fairy tale, Father. You understand, right?
What's a fairy tale?
All this.
Life? There's an emptiness in that. Everybody feels an emptiness. A pit in our stomach when we feel like the world isn't the way it should be.
Are you a priest or are you a psychiatrist?
A priest has to be a little of both. And to be honest, I've spoken with your mother a few times, and I understand. You're not the first kid that is, or adult child of a parishioner who has come in and had these feelings. This isn't much of a confessional. Obviously, we're talking about things that are not sins, but I don't think that's important right now. What's important is understanding that you're not really the only one that has these feelings, and everybody at some point has to figure out what they believe in. Only the blind faith is one thing, but you have to make sure that the church is what works for you. And sometimes people leave the church and come back. Sometimes, they find their faith in God, and they never have to leave. Each person is different. But like I said, you're not the first younger adult that has come in who has been fighting these feelings. It happens quite often. And I can't, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that God's plan is going to fix everything for you, because God believes that you should work and do things for yourself. You know that. So if you need to talk, I'm here. But if you also need time to yourself and don't come to church as much, or as much as your mom will allow you not to come here, that's understandable. You're an adult now. You're not just a good Irish Catholic boy. You are an adult. So figure out what that means to you.
Thank you, Father. Also, I took the Lord's name in vain, and I stole a bag of coffee from work.
Okay, do, 10 Hail Marys, you'll be fine.
And Father, thank you. Thank you for what you said.
No problem. And if you need anything, just, come by. I'm always here.
And as O'Rourke's exiting the confessional booth, he's like, oh, I find that the best psychiatrist is actually a bartender as well. So if you ever want to get a beer, Father, you let me know, all right?
I will take you up on that, because this collar gets annoying after a while. Chafes something horrible. I got to lay off all the apple pie and other stuff that's brought to me every week.
Peace be unto you.
Peace be unto you, and you too. And so, unless you want anything else,
that's
do.
good. That was a very satisfying little scene.
Cool. The one thing I will say that's nice is because we can focus in on your characters a little bit, chat gets to kind of see more of your backstory and things like that. So that's cool. All right, so you just got your ass burned.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Shauna's not used to that.
yeah.
She's a little bit shaken.
Yeah. And you get a message saying, come into the station. It is short. It is sweet. You have not seen the paper yet because you've been dealing with other stuff.
Right.
And you walk into the station, and Tubbs and Yates are sitting at their desk, and they've got they've got the paper open, and they kind of just look at you and just start laughing as you're walking, and you see Shauna's in the captain's office. The door is closed, but the sound vibrations of him yelling are shaking the glass. He has decided that he's not done yelling at you yet. And you see emblazoned across the post, the Chase, Rachel Chase, Fred Chase's daughter, died under mysterious circumstances. And Yates is, putting it up just high enough so you can just see it.
And the ugly picture of me.
The ugly picture on the second side of you, like.
Yeah. Doing some really, really bad.
Yeah, right.
Just
like the
derpy
worst.
face.
Yeah. She had like 20 other pictures.
Yeah.
And she
She
picked
picked
Click.
the worst
That
one.
one right
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
the one where she's scrunching up her nose
Yeah,
and
where
doing
I'm
this
like,
whole thing.
You mean like every picture of Trump that's in the...
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yep.
sorry.
Exactly. It's exactly like that.
Okay.
Hey, if you want Yates, I'll sign that for you.
Well, sure, but you're not actually in it. There's no mention of you. It's odd. Weren't you there? Were you helping out? Maybe. Anyway, it's a nice picture of Shauna. Captain's talking to her. I mean, I'm sure because you're the partner, you can go in there. I'm sure he has some words for you as well, being the senior detective. It's funny if Richie was with you, this would not have happened. It's just my thought, because he actually has experience as a detective. He could have helped the two of you, babes in the woods kind of thing. Could have helped you out, but no. They had to, we're stretched thin, so unfortunately it's baptism by fire. You know what baptism's like, right? It's not good. It washes away all the evil or something. I don't know. I'm not Catholic. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. Knock the leg out under his chair.
I'm just going to let it happen.
Yeah. Yeah, you shouldn't lean back like that. It's bad for your back. Knock, knock, knock.
Get in here!
Chief, listen, I can explain, all right? I mean,
Listen, I don't need you to explain. I don't need you to explain. I understand sloppy, bad detective work when I see it. I understand that you were overwhelmed by the presence of Shannon West. She is a tenacious woman, and unless you have actual experience with dealing with the press, she can roll over you, which she obviously did. Anyway.
Chief, if I could explain for just a second. It was an unorthodox crime scene, even for the black bag. I mean, I have to say that Detective Hunter comported herself very, very well. Any failings in this investigation lay squarely on me.
No.
No. This is all me, all right?
Well, unfortunately, the bus that you're trying to throw yourself underneath is big enough to hit both of you. Look.
That is a very big bus.
That's
Yeah.
unfortunate.
Yeah, it's a
Look.
crosstown local.
Yeah, look, it's water on the bridge. You will, from this point on, now that you have more experience with Shannon, you will deal with yourself accordingly. Now, and it's late because you guys work the night shift. He goes, now, I have another crime scene in the same area under the same circumstances. So I'm going to send you two out because you worked the first one. But I will tell you that you need to keep your names and your beautiful pictures out of the paper. All right? Now, it's at the Wilshire Bank, which is right over there. And same situation. A woman was working in her office, and they found her dead. There's, I guess, no witnesses, but check for cameras. It's a bank. There might be something. Anyway, I am tired of thinking or even seeing the two of you. So get the hell out of my office and go do your fucking jobs.
Yep.
Yes, Chief. Thank you, Chief. Sorry.
Oh man, I really screwed the pooch on that one, O'Rourke. I don't even know. I'm gonna be better.
Hunter, I'm gonna give you a piece of advice, all right? The city is gonna eat you alive.
I mean,
I'm hoping
it came
metaphorically.
close once, right?
I'm hoping
Got the scar to
metaphorically,
prove
but
it.
it might be literally. You gotta be smarter than that, all right? You gotta think on your feet. Listen,
Yeah.
city's lot. It's fast, but you're better than that. You wouldn't make detective if you weren't, all
Yeah,
right?
okay.
Now listen, you're like a kid sister to me. It means I gotta give you some tough love from time to time, but I know you got this, all right?
All right.
But you also got my back, so don't let me down.
And you know I won't.
Because if one of us goes down, we're all going down. And if we all go down, then we're all...
Fucked.
You said it. Let's get a cup of that good coffee that they have in the commissary here, and let's go to the Wilshire Bank and
Yeah.
see what's what.
Okay, so you guys get coffee, you drive over there. Because you're driving, I want you to make a,
Damn it, I left my sunglasses in the car.
No,
Even though it's night.
like, do you have notice or what's the closest thing to like a notice or?
That I have?
Yeah.
Probably investigate.
Okay, so roll
I know
against.
I have notice.
You have notice,
They're the
so,
same, so-
yeah, roll against that.
Okay. So that's a 4.
Okay, cool. So as you're driving, you notice that there is a car tailing you tailing you guys a couple of cars back. It keeps making the same moves.
I think we got ourselves a friend back here.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. What's it look like, Wes?
It's a newer, like a newer Caddy, probably a 76, brand new paint job, nice, black. It looks like a floating battleship, pretty much.
Sure.
Can we see what the person driving looks like?
It's hard to tell. There are a few cars back, so it's
Okay.
hard to make out.
They're
Right.
keeping their distance.
Yeah, they are.
You want to try to lose them?
I don't know. See where they're going.
All right.
Okay.
You want to tail the tail?
Horse before the cart and something clever.
So you're gonna let them follow
It's
you.
Monday. Leave me alone.
Hey, you're doing great.
Okay.
So you're following. They're following you, and you make your way across the city to the bank. And out front of the bank are a few black and whites, and they've got everything cornered up. The chief said, "Nobody in, nobody out."
Thank you. Right?
And-
How hard is this?
And you get out, and the bank manager is waiting for you, and he shows you up, and you notice that the black car goes past, and as you're going up the stairs, it makes this U-turn and parks across the street at the corner.
Should we bring them some coffee?
See if they stick around.
All right.
Let's go inside. I got a deposit I gotta make.
You got to take a poop?
No, it's because it's a bank.
Oh, I get. Okay, yeah. No, I get it.
What is wrong with you?
I don't know. I'm sorry. The chief really shook me up. I don't know.
I understand. Ooh, can't make a... Oh, I get it now. All right, no.
You
no,
know,
no,
it's
no.
a deposit.
Yeah, no.
I thought, I don't
That's not
know.
what's going on.
All right, so you guys go upstairs. Again, it's a beautiful office. It's on the main floor of the bank. It's got these big glass windows, so it's easy to see out, but all the blinds are drawn. And she is like leaning back in the chair like this with this blue mark around her neck. And let's see.
Looks like the same.
It looks
and
pretty,
everything
yeah.
that the
It looks
other girl had.
Yeah. And in the wood paneling around the side in one spot, it says "mine" has been scraped out.
Like scratched?
Like scratched out with a claw, looks like. And
Like it doesn't look like a knife. Like it looks like multiple.
yeah, like a scratch.
Oh, okay.
And again, there's this huge painting right behind her.
Is the paint wet?
Look at that. Look at that.
The
my
paint
gosh.
is not wet.
Well, I mean, I'll take something and touch the. It's not wet. Does it have an artist on it? Like, does it have a signature?
Yeah, it's a Whitehall.
It's another Whitehall.
So it is. Well, I want to really examine the body. I mean, besides the ligature mark, I mean, are her eyes like the blood vessels are shot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like
Like she was hung.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bruise is pretty dark. She's probably been in her office for a while, whereas the other one there were people around, so they called you instantaneously.
Sure.
This one,
Maybe she was here like on the weekend and.
Well,
no, I
it's
guess
Wednesday,
today's Wednesday now.
but
so.
she had her blinds drawn.
Gotcha.
And so she could have been in there for an hour or two before anybody went in to see her. There is a camera in the hallway, but none in her actual office. So you can kind of see who
Anybody
comes
came
in and out. So you can send those tapes down to the, to be watched at the precinct. But yeah, it looks a lot like the same kind of thing.
It's bizarre.
Who is this woman?
Her name is Fauna Glass, and she is just one of the assistant bank managers.
What's the connection, though? What do you think, detective?
Well, she's the just like the bank manager you said. Okay. I mean, Wilshire Bank. The guy that what was her name? Oh no.
Rachel Chase?
Rachel.
Graham.
Thank you. The Rachel Chase was dancing with was the guy who owns this bank's son.
I'm sorry,
Steve Graham.
officers. There's a woman here who's asking to speak with you.
What's her name?
She says she's with the press.
No.
Okay, so I should tell her to go away?
You should tell her something similar to that.
Impolitely as you can. Make up something absurd. I don't care. Get her out of here, all right? She's not welcome here.
Okay, I'll do that. She walks away.
I swear if that woman comes in here, O'Rourke,
I know.
I will not be held responsible for my actions.
I'm not going to stop you. I would pay good money to see that, but that's another story for
I've got
another
a
time.
decent right hook, you know. I grew up on a farm. I don't know why that's relevant, but it is.
No, I've heard of that. It's cow punchers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Punchers.
I mean, you don't punch the cow, but sometimes, you know, it's a long story that my brain hasn't quite figured out
Get a
yet.
sandwich after this. You can tell me all about it.
I don't know why.
Okay.
So let's confiscate.
My life is a cow puncher.
Cow poke. Poke.
That's
Oh,
why
yeah.
we sent her to New York. She wouldn't stop punching the cows.
Oh, goodness. All right. So, yeah, I mean, Wilshire Bank is a connection,
And
and the artist is a connection, and obviously manner of death. But there was no such scratches at the other location, unless the painting was scratched and somebody painted over it. But when will they have time to do that?
retcon. I want to have dropped off the business card with the paint sample.
Yeah, you did
the
that.
lab.
Yeah.
I think I know where our next stop is. We got to talk to Ivan Whitehall. Because even if he's not connected, he's probably going to want to know that his reputation in the art world in New York City is diminishing rapidly.
Right. Okay, cool. So, you guys...
Real quick,
yeah.
cameras. Do we see anybody
Yes,
going
yes,
in and out of the room?
That's going to take a little time.
Okay.
But you get all that.
Okay.
Because you got to rewind the tape. and
Oh,
then
you gotta
cue
play
up
it back. You gotta.
What you said.
Yeah.
When we leave, there's two things I want to check for.
Shannon's sitting on.
That's one of them.
She's sitting literally like right leaning up on the hood, and she's holding some kind of pot with the thing on top of
Is
it.
she by the black car, the fancy black car
No,
that was following
That's the
us?
other
Okay.
one. Yeah.
It's still there. Hey, how you doing? I brought that that cabbage thing. I don't know if I did it right, but
You didn't.
No, hold on. Let's not rush to judgment on that.
I don't know. I'm just
Detectiving is hard work.
saying it smells like farts.
click.
Well, that's how it's supposed to smell.
Don't.
What?
Listen,
Stop
West.
telling
West.
My photographers need to do their job. You're very photogenic.
Aren't I?
Click.
Hunter. Hunter.
All right.
Come on. Listen, Ms. West, you're not helping.
Why are you
things
doing
here.
that? It's the sun in your eye?
No, I don't want.
I'm not taking your picture. I said I'd give
He
you
doesn't
12
have
hours.
his sunglasses.
I'd give you 12 hours before I put you in the paper. I didn't say anything about her.
Nothing.
Anyway,
I didn't say anything.
I brought this as a peace offering. A nice pot of food that you can take home with you right now. Just work with me. We know that something's going on. Is this? You have any leads, or is this does this have any connection with the Chase woman?
We're not prepared to issue a statement at this time. What do you want from me?
Anything that I can tell my editor so I don't have to make anything up. I'm on your team. I made you food.
You did,
Yes.
and I'm
She probably poisoned it.
flattered that you would.
Did Shauna wink it or did Shannon wink it?
Shannon totally winked at you.
What? All right. I don't react,
As a
but I just
smart
wanted
ass.
to make sure. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Just to goat you a little more.
Yeah. Right as she winks at me, Shauna snaps another pencil.
You
Motherfucker!
You can tell your editor that the New York Police Department is on the case, and we will issue a statement when it is time. Yoink.
It's all right. I'll see you soon to get the pot back. And she and her.
Miss West, my
Yes.
mother always said to never return an empty pot, so I'll make sure to fix you something nice, okay?
Okay, you can come by my house at some point and make me something. And she gets in the car and drives off.
What?
I wouldn't do that.
What are you doing?
No. It's just I'm being polite. All right, my mother said you never return an empty pot. If somebody makes you food,
You
do me a
were
favor.
flirting with her.
Hold this.
It seriously smells like farts.
I'm going up to the black caddy.
It is cabbage.
Yeah, it is. It totally smells like farts.
Tastes good.
Oh, we broke
All right, so you
West.
walk up. You walk up. No, I'm having a good time. You walk up to the caddy, and the window comes down, and there's a very well-dressed man with, shades on. He goes, "Hello, officer.
Sir?
My name is Tom. I have been hired by Mr. Chase to make sure that the investigation is moving along, especially after the recent leak to the press, which he specifically said he did not want. And
Yeah.
you'll understand, it's very important. Mr. Chase is an important man, and we, need to make sure that this is handled properly. No offense to you, you look like a good young cop, and with a few more years on you, I'm sure you'll be able to handle something like this, but I'm here to help if you need something."
Listen, I understand Mr. Chase's position. Sometimes there's certain things that we can control and that we can't control, and I do apologize to Mr. Chase for letting the story slip to the newspaper, but we're on this. We have this. There is no need for you to interfere with our investigation. Am I making myself clear?
First of all, I'm not interfering. I'm just observing, and Mr. Chase feels differently about whether or not it's necessary, and so I will be around. I'm not interfering. I won't say anything, but he just feels better with somebody, watching the situation.
I understand. I tend to drive fast though, so you might want to keep up.
Okay, sounds good.
All right.
So you guys get in the car. Yeah. You've got the pot of corned beef in it.
Put that on the floorboards. Just set it down.
All right.
Cabbage.
Keep the lid on.
Yeah, I will keep the lid on.
All right.
Tightly.
All right.
So do you want to race away from this guy?
Oh yeah, totally.
Okay, cool. All right, so you peel out, and somebody's,
Okay.
and he's following after you, and you're swerving around. Do you have drive?
Oh yeah.
All right, cool.
I put the siren on too, so that way I can cut through traffic.
So this is going to be an aspect that's going to be on the table during this situation, and it is hot pot of food in the car.
Food in the car.
All right. So
What are you gonna pick? Hot pot of food.
Hot pot of food in the car. So as you guys already know, you can have situation aspects that are just for specific scenes. So they're driving around and they've got to try to keep this pot of food from spilling everywhere and causing havoc and all that good stuff. It's great 70s schlock. So, yes, schlock. So you guys are peeling out, and you've got to make this first really big turn onto like 53rd Street, and you need to make a +5. Do you have anything that you want to add to it?
Well, let's see here. I've got a +2 to begin with, so there's that.
Okay.
I'm going to invoke just because you're paranoid. Doesn't mean they aren't out to get you.
Give me a...
Yeah.
There we go.
Following us.
Thank you,
There's
chat.
4. Let's roll the dice and see what happens. Yes.
Oh,
6.
nice.
Wow. So this brings me to what your job is. Keeping the pot from exploding everywhere. All right, so as you're going around, this is... Do you have acrobatics, physical, anything like that? No. Okay.
You can't stealth your way out.
Let me see.
I do have crafts. Can I
Crafts?
Can I tie my bandana around to keep the lid on tight?
That's not really
Suddenly,
craft.
Detective Hunter creates a macrame bib for the pot, and it's fine.
There's schlock.
Macrame.
There's schlock, and then there's schlock. And, yeah. So no, you can't do that. So it's just a straight up roll. Now this isn't very difficult. We're just going to say you have to get a +1 for this particular turn. It's going to be a couple more turns. So
What
we'll start
about
off
will?
low.
Can I just will myself to hold this
Will it?
pot of food?
Sure.
All right. Well, I
Anya?
got a 0.
Do you have any aspects you want to...
Oh, just re-roll it. Come on.
All right, I'll re-roll it.
All right, yeah,
I'll
re-roll.
re-roll it.
You've got the re-rolls. Do it.
Oh, 4.
There we go.
So you hold and you make the first turn.
Oh, okay.
Do you put on your siren at all?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for
Okay,
sure.
good.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
people are like, it's the Red Seas party. Right. So second one. This one's a little bit tougher. You're going to need to get, what was the last one? I said a +4. Mm-hmm. This one we're going to say +5 for the roll. Go ahead. Is there any aspect you want to try to... You can re-invoke the table one if you want.
I'm just gonna try and do this one straight out and use a reroll if I have to.
Okay.
So I got a +2 to begin with.
Right.
5. So that's nothing. I'm gonna go ahead and re-roll that.
All right.
That's a solid 2.
And Chad, please imagine in your head a snare, a hi-hat going really fast with a snare beat every once in a while.
All right, that's a 3.
Can invoke a thing for a +2.
Yeah, but I just don't know what I would invoke. Tough love for Shauna? No, that's not really a thing.
We're all going to hell.
We are all going to hell. You know what? I'm a good Irish cop. First mate detective.
Okay.
So there we go. There's 5.
There's 5. Okay, you make the next one.
Yeah.
You got to get a 2 this time.
I have to get a 2.
And you do not.
I got a 0 again.
You still have rerolls. All right.
I got a 3.
Excellent. So you make the turn. You still have the pot. Everything's okay. So final turn. Okay. After this, you lose them because you're just like
We're zipping.
you're zipping
Sure.
fast.
Hot pot of food.
Hot pot of food. This you have to make a 6.
Well, I'm out of fate points, so
Okay.
there's that.
He's out of fate points. No.
Oh.
Damn it, that's just a 2.
That's just a 2.
I'm
Okay.
gonna try a reroll. I'm gonna
True
try a
roll.
reroll. Nope,
Oh, dang it.
just a 2.
Dang it.
Still
Woo!
different way than just a 2 before.
Yeah, the math was
So-
different.
Yeah.
So as you're
Result
coming,
was the same.
around, you once again go up onto.
It's the same guy with the hot shot.
You go up
Little
on.
beach.
You go up onto the thing and you plow straight into a 24-hour peep show place.
Oh dear.
Right in, and you have a hot pot of food, so I'm going to pay you a point, and it explodes all over you. And you're just sitting there, steam's coming out of the front.
I mean, am I like burned? Is it not enough to
it's
burn
not.
me?
It's not enough
Okay.
to burn you.
All right.
But you smell like cabbage, and suddenly, just a few moments later, you hear click.
O'Rourke?
I'm sorry.
Is she tapping on the window?
Uh-huh.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful.
It's great to see you, Shannon. And I wave and splatter
She
cabbage
does,
juice all
that's
over her.
Here's your pot.
It's not quite empty.
All right. That's okay. I know you were hungry. And she walks away.
Roll that window back up.
I hate that woman so much.
I hope chat's enjoying this because I sure the fuck am.
Let's get a cup of coffee. What do you say?
Oh, yeah, that'd be nice.
Can we pause real quick? I
Sure,
need
go ahead.
to 10-1 because Coors Light. Talk amongst yourselves.
All right. So, real quick, why we have a moment and why he's running away to go to the restroom.
Run!
Run!
Running. Look at me.
So, like, what do you feel like when you're running Shauna now? Like, you've run her a couple of nights. Like,
Yeah.
how do you enjoy it? Like, what's...
Oh my gosh, I love this character so much.
All right, good. I'm glad you're having fun.
I love the fact that she just gets to like get herself into sticky situations and just be like, I'm sorry.
It just happened.
I was trying so hard.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I think my favorite part is definitely the moms. The moms.
Oh my
are-
gosh, it's so much fun to have the moms.
The moms are a crack up because they're really I draw from many, many mothers that I've known throughout my life, and including my own. And
all the characters have such different relationships with their mom.
they really do.
So it's funny. It's like this like definite like continuing mom theme, but different for
Yeah.
every single character.
Yeah, and you feel like Richie really wants to get out of his situation, but he also really loves his mom. And then, Michael's like in between. He really loves his mom, but he really wants to be his own person.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny. And then,
Well, I made up a place where Shauna is from. We're going to say that she's from a place called Bucket, Ohio.
Bucket, Ohio?
Yeah, but spelled Bukkett.
And you know
No,
what?
no, it's-
in my mind, that's immediately what popped up. So.
So, aren't you Bucket? No, it's Bouquet. I don't know if you guys, there's this English comedy where this woman tries to be way above her station.
Oh, Keeping Up Appearances.
Yeah, Keeping Up
my mom
Appearances.
loves that show. Yeah.
So, and on it, the woman, instead, her last name's Bucket, but she goes, "Oh, it's Bouquet."
Oh, that's
and she has
gross.
these like really trashy family members that
Yeah.
are always fucking everything up for her. It's funny. So, yeah, you guys go, you get cleaned up, and you go to the diner and you have your coffee and you're doing your whole thing. And you get cleaned up the best you can.
Is there like,
I'm so sorry. I
I
am
mean-
so sorry.
it would have been fine if Shannon hadn't given you this disgusting pot of fart soup. It would have been fine other than that, you know?
I'll buy you a cup of coffee.
Okay.
So you guys have your coffee, you get cleaned up.
I'm in the bathroom, like,
Yeah, just gross.
there's like chunks of cabbage.
Cabbage everywhere. And the captain bawls you guys out again, yells at you.
I'll tell you, this wouldn't have happened if Moritz and Jones were here.
And so it doesn't go well. You guys go back, and when you get back to your house, there's another pot of food on your.
Are you kidding me with this?
You're not there.
Oh, I'm not there?
No, you
Oh,
guys.
did he say
Place?
apartment?
Yeah,
oh, sorry. I
apartment,
thought
yeah.
you said the department for
No,
a
no,
minute. Okay.
no. So there's another pot of food there. It's cabbage, and there's a little note. It says, "Sorry, your partner messed up the last one I gave you. So enjoy this one. Love, Shannon."
Oh.
No, Sarah, I'll feed you in a second, all right? I got something here.
All right, you get home, and you just collapse. You're so
Yeah.
tired. You collapse.
I mean, I kind of want to shower though.
Yeah, you'd probably shower. But get the stink of
Just the saddest shower.
the saddest.
Just,
Get the stink of failure and cabbage
Yeah,
off of your body.
Exactly.
We've all been there.
Ah, the stink of
We've
failure
all-
and cabbage.
Failure and cabbage.
If I had a nickel, I'd have $1, my friends.
It all adds up. So you guys take your time, and you get a call in the middle of the night. It's like 4 a.m. for you guys. That's the middle of the night, and the captain's like, "Hey, we had another attack, but this time the victim lived. So get your asses over there and talk. Find out what happened."
Yeah, I'll be right there, Chief.
Okay.
What the hell?
So you wake up, and you guys, you get up and you start to get ready. But as you're leaving, you walk down the front steps, and your apartment's on this side, and the kids' apartment's on this side. And you feel like you're being watched just for a moment, and you look up and you see the curtains, kind of wave a little.
And it's like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, it's way too early for
No light on
anybody.
or anything.
No light
Just
on.
a little whoosh of the curtain.
Whoosh of the curtains.
I mean, can I make a notice roll? Or that's just
You
what I
just
see?
what you notice.
Okay,
yeah.
sure. All right.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not going to go back upstairs, I don't think.
Okay.
but I'm gonna be. I'm a little suspicious of this kid, though.
Okay.
Could be.
All right. So you show up at the Museum of Modern Arts, which if you look on there, it's right there. And
An art museum.
in the middle of the night. And there's a couple of black and whites there. The black car is there as well. And there's a young woman sitting on one of the steps. She's got a blanket over her shoulders, and she looks terrified. And you guys walk up, and the detective guy, the PI guy that's been hired. So, glad to see you're here. We've made sure that Miss West isn't anywhere near, so go ahead, do your job.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Go in the car.
I'll be over here. Lights a cigarette.
Sure.
Why do you smell like cabbage?
I'm Irish.
You know what?
No offense to the Irish.
I'm gonna take that as an answer, and I feel like we're gonna have to discuss this later, O'Rourke, because I'm worried about you. All right? Oh, that's way far away.
Woo.
Go
Can
talk to her, Owen.
can I have one more dice? I dropped one and I can't reach it.
Yeah, sure.
Just a random. Thank you.
There you go.
Okay, I want to try to use empathy to like calmly talk to the victim and like
This always goes so well.
calm her down. I'm
Right.
very well trained in empathy.
All right.
I'm supposed to be a sweet, nice girl.
All right. So, do you have any aspects that you can use? Do you want to use any aspects?
Well, okay, so if Nefertiti's not here, can I still invoke that as like wanting to kind of
yeah, absolutely.
emulate
Sure.
like her
Sure.
Emulate. Not emulate. You're
Thank
not
you.
setting yourself on fire.
emulate, thank you. Sort of her like confidence and composure.
Oh, thank you for the host.
Oh.
Yay.
Hey.
All right. So, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Let that happen.
Oh, that's a wash. So that gives me a 5.
Oh, that's fine. So you say what you're going to say to her.
Miss, I'm Detective Hunter. This is Detective O'Rourke. We're here to take a report of what was your attack this evening. Are you?
Why did it take you guys so long to get here? This happened hours ago.
Man, we got here as quickly as we could. We just got the call. I apologize that you've been waiting.
That's okay.
Have you been given some water or?
Yeah, they've been good. They said we had to wait until you guys showed up.
You mind walking me through what happened this evening?
I was in the local artist exhibit, and I was looking at a painting. It was a few hours before it closed. It closes at 8. So she's been here a while, a long time. And I was standing there, and I got this horrible feeling like I was being watched.
Okay.
When I was looking at one of the paintings, it was this big, dark-looking painting with mainly grays and whites and oil. One of those abstract deals.
Sure. Do you remember where in the museum the painting was located?
It was in the local artist exhibit.
Do you remember the name of the artist by chance?
I think it was a Whitehall.
Okay.
And I started getting a headache. And then suddenly I felt like someone was reaching out from the painting and trying to grab my throat. And I panicked and I ran. I just felt like I had to get away, and this thing reached out from the painting, and it grabbed my throat, and it was pulling at me, and I pushed as hard as I could, and pulled and grabbed on to the door jamb, And the further away from that painting I got, the weaker its grip got.
Did it feel like you were pushing back against a person or just...
I don't know what it was, but it felt like not a rope, but something was all the way around my neck. Anyway, and you could tell there's a little bit of bruising around her neck. It's not nearly as bad as the others. She goes, as soon as I hit the door out to the outside.
Once you exited the museum.
Yeah, it went away.
Miss, I hate to ask you this, but which painting was it?
Then she explains the painting to you, because something just evil from it. I don't know what to say.
Hunter, can I talk to you for a second? I'm gonna go take a look at this painting, and I think maybe you should stay here just in case anything goes wrong.
Sure.
All right.
You said it was the dark Whitehall, the
Yeah.
black, gray, abstract-looking one in the local section.
All right. Produces a little pocket knife. Gonna go appreciate some art. I'll be right back.
All right, I'll stay here.
So you sit with her.
Calming her
And-
down with my great empathy check.
With your great empathy check.
Thank you, Nefertiti.
And yeah. And you walk in and they've only got a few lights on. It's pretty dark. Most of them are on automatic. And even in the 70s, this is a huge building. It's okay, so really quick story. When I got out of high school, I started working at Warner Brothers as a security guard. I got in through nepotism. My mother worked at the hot dog cart, so she was able to get me on as a security guard. And so I worked graveyard, and I had to check out the props building. And the props building is 4 stories.
It's huge.
It's ginormous. And it goes underground, right? And it's made out of just wood that creaks constantly.
Oh my God.
So it's 2 a.m. and you're going down 4 flights with creaky floors, everything else. And at the very bottom is all the World War II stuff that they do for all their different pictures that's been down there forever. And at the very end of the fucking hallway is this huge painting of Hitler. Just huge painting of Hitler. So it's 2 a.m. and you're hitting every little spot. I have never gotten out of a building quicker than that fucking place because it was frightening. It was like, okay, I'm done. I checked all my things. I've got to go. See you, bye.
Scurry.
Scary. So that's kind of the feeling. Just kind of, And you get into the exhibit she was talking about, and there's all these local artists and everything else. And you feel it. You can feel something's in the room with you. You can't see anything, but the room is hot. And the painting, you can see it's kind of melting into itself. And there's just this rage in the room. An absolute rage.
I'm going to go up and I'm going to see if the paint's wet.
Yeah, it's moving.
Okay.
You can tell it's moving. And when
It's like swirling.
it's swirling and everything. And when you get close to it, it feels like these hands come out and just grab you and pull you into the painting. And suddenly you're just not there. We'll get back to you.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
Please.
It is a horror show. I know.
Great, I love it.
All the background stuff's
Keep it
fun,
coming.
but at some point we have to scare someone. All right, so you're out there helping out, and finally, you're like,
He's been in there too long.
he's been in there too long, and this poor woman's been here for hours. See, I've been trying to do that lately I've noticed that I use the word girl too much when it comes to women. So I've been trying to catch myself and change that. So, anyway. So this woman has...
We're not going to get more out of her.
Yeah, no.
She's been traumatized.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Yeah.
You know, Miss, thank you so much for your patience. I'm so sorry again that it took us so long to get here. This is my card. If you think of anything else that might be helpful, or
Yeah.
you know, if you'd like,
I appreciate
if you'd like to
that.
speak with a counselor, we have counselors available for people who have experienced traumatic events as well. So.
I appreciate that. Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Why are there three, like... I thought that usually cops just worked as partners, not as three people.
Three people?
Yeah, the older guy over there by your car. Is he one of yours, or he's been looking at me?
I look over. Who is it?
And there's just this old guy in a trench coat, probably about
I'd
6.
help you, but I'm tracking the painting. Sorry.
Oh, what?
About 6 foot tall.
Oh my gosh.
And
just a giant.
yeah, just a giant
creepy
guy.
old lumbering man. Okay.
And he's just staring at you guys, and it's kind of creeping me out a little bit. Is
Yeah.
he one of yours? I mean,
No,
he
actually-
got out of the car with you, and I was just wondering.
He got out of when we got here. He got out of the car.
You don't know who this is? He was in your car.
You know what? Don't worry about it. Thank you so much for your time. You know, head home. Take care of yourself.
Let's
Maybe-
do will checks real quick for you guys. Well,
Okay.
to see if you
I'm
take
gonna
any.
request like an escort to take her home and
Yeah.
that kind of
I
good
got a
stuff.
5.
You got a 5, so
What are we doing,
you're
will?
not taking any stress. Yeah, just do you have will?
Yeah, I do. But not right now. I don't.
You're at -2 for that. You can re-roll.
I will re-roll.
Re-roll.
A
A re-roll. My kid's at 4.
Okay, that gives me a +2.
Okay, cool. So let's see the creepiness of this ghost. All right, there we go. So you're fine. You don't take any
all right.
stress. All right. So yeah, she the black and whites take her to her car and escort her. What do you want to do? This guy's just staring you the fuck down.
I mean, I don't want anything to do with this creepy guy right now. I'm worried about O'Rourke inside. He's just standing by the car. I'm just gonna, if he follows me, you know, that's his prerogative. But I'm going inside. I gotta see where my partner is.
She says with conviction.
Ah.
All right, so you start to walk up the steps.
Yeah, Mama didn't raise a fool. I'm not gonna just walk up to this gigantic creepy man.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. That's my car. Thank you.
Sir, why are
This
you?
is definitely my car.
Why are
which
you
I'm
glaring
driving
at me,
to
sir? I don't
my
understand.
I'm a
this.
police officer. That is my car. I don't know. You don't do that, but
I mean, I
anyway,
might if Shannon's
sure.
around.
I'm from Bucket with 2 T's,
Bucket. Bukett.
and
All
so you start walking.
Yeah.
And you get in there, and it's completely dark. You know, there's a few lights, and as you're walking towards the exhibit, you hear footsteps in the hallway behind you, and they're loud, kind of because of the cavernous nature, thundering footsteps.
I'm gonna prep my sidearm.
Okay.
You know.
you're whipping.
Oh yeah, I might be.
Will Wheaton? Say it again. Will Wheaton.
Do they sound like they're pretty close behind me at this
No.
point? They're pretty far.
They're kind of, yeah.
Okay,
it's
I'm
like
gonna
they're
kind of
just-
quicken my step to try to get to the room where I know O'Rourke was supposed to be going to.
Okay. So, now,
And I also would like to start stepping more lightly.
you want to do
to
your
try-
stealth?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to say a 4. You got to beat a 4.
Okay.
So you're trying to
Do
overcome.
that. Come now.
Man. God dang it. Can I use a fate point?
Yeah? Do you have a fate point?
Yes, I do.
What do you want to spend it on?
Okay, that's what. Wait. Was this 3 negatives?
Yeah.
It was 3 negatives, right? Okay, so I had a 3. I wanna not let the group down because I'm really worried about.
Okay.
Solid
so
choice.
that gives me a 5.
So yeah, you do your thing. You're literally out of sight. Ninja, Midwestern ninja.
Yeah, that's what they call me.
When I'm not punching cows, I'm disappearing.
Out of sight.
So
That's what my stealth ability is going to be called from now
out
on.
of
is
sight.
out
It
of
should
sight.
be.
Yeah.
I was thinking that it should be out of sight. So hashtag cow puncher.
All right.
So
I am quietly walking down the hallway to not let the person that's following me hear where I am. I'm trying to, be around corners, stay in the shadows.
right.
All that
okay.
stealthy, all that
All
stealthy
that stuff
business.
that you do so well.
Yeah.
All right, so you're in this other kind of reality all of a sudden. You get sucked through this painting, and you see what looks like hallways that are constantly changing, different pigments melting into each other, and you feel all these different emotions just coming from all the different walls. There's lust and anger and betrayal and rejection and fear and privilege and on. All these things kind of mixing together into this kind of paint soup, this oil painting soup that you're in. And there's this long hallway, and you see lights at the end of, because it branches out, you see lights at the different ends of the hallway. And as you're about to go, you notice Shauna, barely, because she is damn good at it, she slips into the room that you're supposed to be in. And you can kind of see her, but she can't see you. All right, so you walk into the room, and you hear the footsteps getting closer from down there, but you're pretty sure he doesn't know which room you went into. But you can hear that he's still in the hallways looking around. And the second you step into this room, you feel this overwhelming wave of just anger and rage kind of go through. And suddenly, you feel it coming towards you. Like something is about to grab onto you.
Not so good.
No, not so
So
good.
you want to defend,
Yeah.
okay? So I am, let's see, where are you? Oh, there you are, okay. All right. So you're defending against.
Oh no!
Damn, son.
Oh!
All pluses.
Wow, that's the first fucking roll I did all night.
Well, if you're gonna make it count.
I mean, wow.
I want you to re-roll.
Yeah, right.
So that's legendary. That's
Yeah.
a +8.
Oh,
Good
good.
Lord.
So what are
Okay.
you going to use?
Oh my gosh. Can I use stealth? No.
No, it knows you're there.
It knows I'm there. It knows where I am. Oh my gosh. Would I be able to tell, if this is going to, would I be able to tell, oh, you have to dodge? Or oh, you don't have time to dodge, you need to do something more?
You feel like if you could dodge, you could get out of its way. It doesn't feel like
the
it's...
fastness that it's coming at me, you rolled legendary. So I'm do I feel like I'm instantly in my head? You know what I mean?
It's hard because, I could compel something to make it go kind of against you, or you could make a split-second decision and use one of your skills. You don't have physical or anything, right?
No.
What skills do you have?
Okay, so empathy, lore, stealth, investigate, notice, craft, resources, shoot, will, and rapport.
Just talk to it.
Just
Yeah,
talk to
I'll be like,
Wait.
why are you so angry?
Don't-
Whoever you are, I just want to talk.
Calm down. So I'm kind of feeling like maybe I just want to turn and shoot at where I think something is coming
at you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you turn and,
I want
and you
to. I
shoot.
want to finally just shoot first.
So you're going to give up your
questions later.
defend and just shoot.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a roll.
And I also want to use in over my head.
Okay.
Nice.
Cool.
For a +2.
Nice.
Do it, Hunter.
So that gives me
Ouch.
a 3.
Yeah. So you shoot, and what happens? You see this. You're watching this through the thing. When she shoots, the bullets hit the painting, and they come through, and then they just like get really slow, and then drop to the ground. Okay.
And that's me just moving through the painting. That's what that was.
And you see the painting, and it's undulating.
Oh.
Undulating.
Oh.
Undulating.
Do you put your hands, like, are you trying to push your way back through to the...
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so every once in a while you see this hand, like, kind of push out. Yeah, this thing's going to hit...
Thanks, Bard.
Hey, and
Hey.
Farquaad. I missed Farquaad.
Oh, Farquaad.
Hello.
Hey, Farquaad.
So many bits.
Bits. Okay, so I don't know. Where does... I'm not sure what the exchange rate for bits are. I always forget. I do not know. But thank you for the bits. Every bit counts.
Oh.
So, yes. Take it.
I shall. Thank you.
So, it's going to hit you pretty badly.
Okay.
So now, you don't have any physical stress right now, and you don't have the minor consequence that you had last time.
Right, because I've rested since then.
I'm sorry, I'm very, very warm.
Oh, go ahead. No. It is very
It's a
warm.
little toasty.
It's a little toasty.
All right, there. That's heaven. Yeah.
Yes.
That's good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let the
So
neck breathe.
you have to take. You're taking 8.
I take all 8 of it.
You take all 8 because you weren't defending. You just shot.
Okay, sure.
Sure. Okay. So you get 3 stress off. So you have 5 left.
Right,
Right.
which puts me at
A
5,
medium.
so it keeps me at 4, right?
Right.
But if I get one more,
You go
I'll be
up
in
to
severe.
right.
okay.
Right.
So
So you're
that one carries over, right?
So this thing hits you hard, knocks you back into the wall.
Ooh.
And you feel.
Does a Rourke just like see my body
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like go flying
Right.
across the room?
And you feel like, yeah, you're like, now, you're trying to overcome this obstacle in front of you.
Yes, I
You're
am.
seeing your partner that you're supposed to, you feel like you need to protect because she is new.
Yes.
So if you wanted to spend a fate point, you could. Do you have one?
I
Have
don't.
any?
Okay. All right. So there you go. You don't have one.
Can
so
I give him a fate point?
No.
Oh.
Wonk, wonk.
Your feet points. You hang on to them.
Wonk, wonk, wonk. Actually, I think
If it's my bond.
if it's your bond, yeah, I'll say that you can invoke that
Yeah.
for him.
I think seeing my body like dramatically fly across
Well,
the
actually,
room.
no, and I do have tough love for Shauna Ryder,
Yeah.
or Shauna Hunter. I don't
Okay.
know who Shauna Ryder is.
Oh, that's why you keep saying Ryder.
Exactly, because for some reason I thought your last name was Ryder and not Hunter.
So you hit the wall, and you feel
I am hurting.
crunch.
Oh,
like,
what are my consequences?
That's what we're gonna say right now.
Ooh.
You've got a couple of broken ribs.
Okay, is that my
That's your
mild?
mild. No, that's your
That's
big
my
one.
moderate. Okay, good. I was like, oh gosh, that's the mild.
Yeah.
All right, so broken ribs.
And you then have just contusions, like bruises and stuff on your
Okay.
back from the hit.
All right.
Okay, so you hit. Go ahead. To get past this, you need a 4.
All right, and this is with plus.
Was +2. And then do you have physical or anything?
I do. I have physique and I have athletics.
Which one's better?
They're the same.
Okay, then just give yourself whatever plus, and then.
And that's the last of the rerolls.
We've used all of our things.
Use them all.
All of our wee wolves and our fate
Wee-wolves.
points.
Thank you guys so much
So
for.
that is 4 all
Exactly
told. Yes.
4.
Yeah. So.
And whoosh, and you fly out, and something's got you by the throat.
Okay, great.
And you see him pop out of this painting, literally like ripping through, and then the painting comes back together. You're covered in oil painting now. You've got this just like wet grease all over you. And you start to what?
I'm going to try and just reach over to Hunter here and try and free her from whatever is strangling her.
There's some force between you and Hunter, but you can feel it. You can like feel the outside of it. It feels more like a amorphous blob than it does an actual humanoid.
Okay, well, I'm going to go with O'Rourke's sort of default line. NYPD! Let my partner go!
Yeah!
All right, so give me a roll.
Okay.
And we'll see.
Just straight up?
Yep.
That is a minus.
I've got a 3.
Great.
No.
So you're pounding on the back of this like thing, right? What
As
do
my
you want to
toes-
do?
my toes are
yeah,
just, like,
but you're
barely
not.
touching the
You're
ground.
not. You're still completely cognizant of what's
Sure.
going on, and you do remember what the victim here said. The further she got away from the painting, the less strength this thing had. What do you want to do?
I mean, am I able to move at all?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
You're. It's just got you by the throat. It's not like
Holding me
holding
in place
you
or
in
anything?
place.
Okay, I want to try to start moving towards the door then.
Okay, give me a straight up roll and let me know what you get. A straight 0.
Just a flush old straight 0.
All right.
Soul 0.
Oh, that's a thing.
So you're punching on this thing and you're trying to hit away, and it like goes like tighter on your neck.
Do I have enough air to be able to like motion to the door and be like, gotta get out to O'Rourke?
Absolutely.
Okay. I want
Okay.
to also do that. Like, we gotta get out of the
I bet.
building.
What?
Out of the building. We have to get out of the building.
And I grab her.
You try to go around and grab her
Yeah.
and pull, and you can feel this thing just holding on to you, trying.
Don't give up, Hunter.
Give me
Don't give up.
give me a physique roll. What'd you get?
Oh.
Nice.
3.
Altogether.
Yeah.
So he's pulling. All right. So what I'm going to do, because you have a choice.
Okay.
Okay. You can either keep fighting against this thing, and we make a roll against physique to see if maybe you take another consequence.
Okay.
That's the first thing.
Okay.
Or you can decide, I am going to give up what happens, right? I'm gonna take myself out of the fight. So you still survive, but I get to, and you get to kind of have a say in how you get taken out of the fight, kind of thing. Which one would you like to try? Do you want to try to not get? Do you want to try at maybe getting a major consequence, or do you want to give in and narrate what happens to your character?
I feel like the music's building to a fever pitch. And I've got my arms around your waist.
Oh.
And I'm like,
Thank you.
Hey, Smiley
Gilbert.
Gilbert.
come on, Hunter. Don't you give up.
Thank you for the
Don't
resub.
give up. Don't you?
Well, if I hear
Yeah, you
the
hear
muted, just like rushing in my ears, I hear O'Rourke. So no, I'm not gonna give up.
Okay. All right. That's awesome. I'm actually going to give you a fate point for that
All right.
because you're not giving up. All right. So what you need to do is you're trying to basically create an advantage. You're not fighting this thing.
Yeah,
You're
I
trying
want
to get the fuck out.
Yeah, I want to try to get out, or at least position my body to where I think he can reach me.
Okay, I
Like,
think
if I
that this
feel
is
like,
more
oh,
of
it's
a will
not-
thing as
okay,
much. I'm going
sure.
to let you go ahead and use will because you're
Okay.
just right now you're just fighting through it.
Yeah. That gives me a 2.
Okay, now bonuses. So you have your fate point.
Yeah.
you can spend it on one of your own, or we still have this one, which still makes sense.
Yeah, I think it does make sense because I heard the man coming down after me, been weirded out by these paintings and stuff like that.
There you go. One reroll for you.
So
Thank you for your
I
reset.
will use this for just
Smiley.
because you're paranoid doesn't mean they aren't after you, which gives me a 4.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to do a straight up roll. I'm not going to give any bonuses. I'm just going to do a straight up roll.
Okay.
But that doesn't work because then you don't. I'm going to have it use its fight. So it's got a +4.
Oh my god!
Yeep.
Rolled 3 pluses.
No, only
No,
2.
2, but still.
Oh,
that-
did you
that
come up
gives
with
it
a
6.
Oh, I thought that one was. Okay,
So you
that
had
was
a
blank.
3.
I had a 4.
You had a 4. So it only gives you 2 more. Can you soak it or no?
That one, does that one carry over from the last one?
Yeah,
Because I had 5 points.
Yeah.
And it only filled
So
2 boxes.
you're completely full
yeah.
on your
so
stuff.
I'm over by 1.
So basically, in Fate, what happens now is it's not like hit points. You don't just automatically die or anything. You can, as a player's decision, if you feel that narratively it works, but it's not something at this point, I think it doesn't make
Yeah.
sense.
I don't think this is how Sean
How
100 goes out.
So,
No, man.
You're-
No.
no, you pass out, and we'll get to what horrible thing happens
Okay.
consequence-wise, because you're going to get an aspect now
Okay.
that's related to your consequence. How does it happen, though? You get to narrate how you're taken out.
Okay. Okay, so I'm trying with all of my might to get over to the door.
Right.
So I make it a few steps.
Right?
So, I'm kind of slugging through trying to make it over to the door. But then the rage in the room swells because it can feel that I'm starting to
Right.
get away.
Good, yeah.
So it all of a sudden with just a burst of force flings me back across the room, back against the wall, and I smack the back of my head and I pass out.
Okay, cool. All right, great.
Yeah, it's violent.
Yeah, wow! And as soon as she's knocked out, the room goes completely cold, and the painting's still moving, but you rush over to her and you check her, and she's got blood coming down the back of her head and just soaking into her dress, and everything's made out of knit back then, so it's
soaking it all
Yep,
up.
yep.
This is knit.
Oh, I've noticed too. But
knit. Which turned into really ugly sweaters in the 80s. It was
Yeah,
it wasn't really
it evolved.
It evolved.
did it?
I think so. We're going with that.
Well,
All
I
right.
mean,
Yes.
Ixnay on that sweater.
Sure, sure. You're
So,
all right, kid. You're all right.
yeah, she
Done.
doesn't respond.
Shauna, you're all right. You're all right.
Woo! As you rush her to the ambulance.
Somebody get her to St. Matt's now.
take me to St.
And it's it's a 70s montage of
St. Pikachu.
sirens and everything, and I believe the closest is St.
Holding it the
Matthew's
whole time.
Hospital,
Yeah.
and you guys get there, and they rush her in to check out because she hit her head pretty badly.
Rourke's just a mess of blood and oil painting.
Yeah, blood and
Oh
oil
man,
painting.
you look
Yeah.
like a mess.
Yeah. I look like a Jackson Pollock.
Hey! So, yeah, you don't know what's going to happen. They rush her in, and you're covered in all this grease and everything else, and you hear these footsteps. It's obviously someone in heels. And you turn around, and it's Shannon. She goes, I'm sorry about your partner. I heard over the wire that there was an officer that was involved in some kind of violence. Don't worry, I'm not reporting on it. I just wanted to tell you I'm sorry. And I'll lay off the case for a little bit longer, give you guys some room. And then she walks off because you are obviously not in the mood to talk to anyone. Mm-hmm. And you look out the window and you see this really tall, elderly man in a coat near your car. You can make out his outline, and you can tell he's smoking a huge cigar or something. And you hear the doctor come out, and you hear the double doors go. And he comes up and he says, "I've got news." And that's where we're going to stop it. Thank you guys so much for coming and watching our show. I think this is a good place to stop.
No, I completely agree, but you're also a son of a bitch.
I'm a bastard. Totally a bastard. I will take that. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, this was really
It was cool. It was great.
I mean, I missed,
Of course.
And
And
Terry,
next
but-
week, they're going to have so much to catch up on as we go through this. Hopefully, they watch parts of it. Thank you guys very much for the tips. We appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
For everything that you unlocked. And again, it's awesome. We appreciate it. Next week, we are on at the same time at 8 o'clock. Now it's Pacific Standard Time because we got to...
What?
Yeah, it's all crazy. But tomorrow is Uncanny Valley with Steven, which is awesome.
I think, is it their finale tomorrow?
Is it? Has it already? I think they're going 10 weeks. Has it already been 10 weeks?
I am a bad friend and I don't know.
I can't remember.
Steven, are you still in
No,
chat?
I think he went to sleep.
He probably went to sleep. If he's... Yeah, I always give Steven... The first time I met Steven, I said something about remembering when Pokemon came out because I had just gotten married, and he gave me this look like, "God, you're old." And so I've given him shit about it every time. I'm like, "Well, that's okay, Steven. I'm old. It's okay." And he's like, "No, I didn't mean it that way."
So
like, you totally fucking meant it that way. But, it's great. It's got to give him shit.
All right, he gives as good as he gets.
He does. He's a good guy.
Regardless of if it's the finale, you should absolutely...
Yes,
Absolutely.
Finale.
Let's get back on track here.
It's the Onyx Path World of Darkness, and that's fun.
And it is amazing. The
It
cast
is.
great.
They are
Steven is
great. They all do cosplay. They all dress up.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
It's really good.
And I believe, I'm pretty sure that Iron Keep is coming back this week after both Grav and
Lummel.
Tom went to Con this weekend and had an awesome game with a bunch of legends. They're legends themselves, but this was really cool. And so I think they're back on. Havana's in that, and so is Megan. And then, of course, we have Crit Juice the next night, Thursday night. And then Wild Cards and Tempting Fate is on Sunday, and then back to us.
So much good stuff.
Woohoo! So much great things. We really appreciate it. We really hope you'll join us next week to find out what happens to our young rookie. And,
This is for all the nice people who said I look like Christopher Reeves.
uh-oh, do you have Superman? That's funny. Nice. Thank you guys so much, and we will see you next week. Thank you guys for playing.
This was super good.
It was
Thank you.
fun. It was
so
fun.
much fun.
And thank you all for
guys.
tuning in as always. Yes.
Yes.
Mwah, mwah, mwah.
We'll see you in a week. Bye.